I enjoy racing, always trying to find something new and trying to find a new way to make the sled work better or go faster.
It's a challenge every weekend, you know, to try and make yourself better. It's the adrenaline rush.
We have the ability to win. Sometimes we don't have the luck to be able to win.
Just anything competitive, anything with a motor, I'd like to race.
I didn't know how good I was going to do this season because it's my first year here.
Just focus on the green light, and once that thing goes on, I'm gone.
I got into snowmobiling late in life, I guess you would say, but I've always raced motocross, and Doug Haas introduced me to the sport, and I've been hooked ever since. Typical race weekend with the events running on Saturday and Sunday. We race pretty much from 8 a.m. till, what time is it now, 7 p.m. Because we have a number of riders, we race probably every 15, 20 minutes we have a rider on the track, so it's non-stop for us. We've got a great team at Bailey Motorsports. Each one of the riders pulls a lot of weight, and I've got great support inside the pits with the mechanics that we have, Derek Gootley and Glenn Goodale and Doug Haas. I couldn't do it without all of them for sure. Pretty much all 15 years to build this team. We've got strong riders that are here with us. My son and my nephew Christian and Adam Goodale, and we brought on Stahl Egan this year as our pro rider, and we like to consider ourselves as one of the foremost teams in the series. And win championships, obviously, that's the #1 goal, but represent our sponsors well and make sure that we promote an image that they want to stand behind and market to their consumers. In 2015, I've finished second in all 3 of my classes. It wasn't where I wanted to end up, but I'll be happy with that and really happy with everything else this season.
I've been in snowmobile racing since I was about 4 years old. I got into it from my dad, and since then it's just clicked, and I've been doing it ever since. I loved it so much I couldn't stop. We started getting bigger and bigger in Bailey Motorsports and attracting more sponsors, and from there it's just the progression of myself and the team has been pretty spectacular. My mechanic is like my coach, basically. You know, I put trust in him that he'll get me through the race, and he puts trust in me that I'll push myself and the sled to its fullest. And all season long, he's been right by my side, good racing and bad. Just being out there every single race with a pit board waving me on. If I come off the track and I don't like something, he's on it, getting it fixed. You know, it's not only just fixing stuff, it's the bond afterwards. You know, that he can joke around with me and make me smile if I'm upset and didn't have a good race. He'll come in and freaking give me a big hug and say, get out of it, get your mindset back. And that's one thing that I definitely need sometimes. Another race is coming, so get ready. Snowcross is definitely a mix of mental and physical. I've had my fair shares of crashes and mental game. You know, you need to believe in yourself and get back to where you want to be.
I've been racing for almost 10 years now, competing and always just trying to do better each weekend. I first got into snowmobiling by my cousin Ryan and my uncle Stuart. When I saw them riding around, I instantly just wanted to follow them, chase them around the track. Being part of the Bailey Motorsports team is probably one of the best teams out there with the best support, and being so close to family is just awesome. This year wasn't the best year. As the first race, actually I broke my shoulder, so it was tough for me to get back into it because hurting my arm, I didn't want to hurt myself again trying to catch up to my competition, but just kept pushing and gonna go for it next year. Over the past 10 years, every year I've been in the top 3. This year was a little bit of a setback, but next year I'd like to come on strong.
There's definitely just as much pressure on the mechanic as there is on the rider. I've been wrenching on snowmobiles for 32 years. I love to do this. This is what I live and breathe for. I work all summer long on boats and can't wait for the race season to start. Boy, I got started snowmobiling quite a few years ago. Racing was with Mike Morrow. I wrenched for him, did quite a few races with Mike, and subsequently with that I was able to meet Blair Morgan and wrench a little bit for him. I've always been competitive. I love to do it. I look after the stock program, trucks, trailers, make sure motorhomes, everything's serviced, ready to go, and act as father figure to my rider on the weekends. In the pits, we want to go as fast as possible with our snowmobiles. I don't like to personally see a mechanical breakdown. I make sure that my sleds are prepped, ready to go to the best of my ability every weekend.
There is quite a bit of pressure on the mechanic on race day for sure. You can do whatever you can to try to get the best setup together on that sled, and as soon as he pulls up to the line, that's your last moments to work with the sled and the rider, and from there it's all about the rider. My responsibilities with Bailey Motorsports is taking care of the pro effort with stall leaking. I'll build the chassis, build the suspension, work on the motor, basically anything it takes to try to get stall on top of the box. This year the Skidoos have worked great for us. They made a few changes from last year, changes in the right direction. Demands for a mechanic are different from rider to rider. In some aspects you're almost like a psychologist, trying to read them and trying to understand what they're saying, and every rider has a different way of telling you how the sled feels and how the sled works. I enjoy racing, always trying to find something new and trying to find a new way to make the sled work better or go faster.
Racing has me hooked. You know, when I get out on the track, it's just me and my snowmobile. It's a challenge every weekend, you know, to try and make yourself better. It's the adrenaline rush of doing the bigger jumps and trying to do things better than everybody else. You know, that's racing. I mean, it's in my blood. I don't think I could ever get rid of it. It's what I love to do. I've been in snowcross now for 6 years. I talked my dad into finally letting me ride, and we borrowed a snowmobile, and I went out and hit just about everybody out there. It was a lot of fun, and I've just been building on it since then. My role within Bailey Motorsports is a rather large role. Through the week, I wrench on the snowmobiles. You know, we bring the snowmobiles back and we tear them down and basically rebuild them every week just to make sure they're good to go. Once that's all ready, I throw my leg over the snowmobile and I ride for the weekend. So, you know, I do just about everything except for cook. Doug does all the cooking, Doug and Kathy, but 2015 has been another great season for me and the Bailey Motorsports team. I've won just about every race. I finished second once so far this season, and I've accumulated a big enough points lead to where I don't have to race horseshoe event. This is second year in a row I've won the Sport Vet Championship. I guess now it's time to move up to the Pro Vet class. The support from the sponsors has been great. I mean, obviously without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here. Everybody's just on board with making sure we're looking good and making sure we're going fast.
I've been racing snowcross in, I think it's my 12th year. It started when my mom didn't like when I took her sled at home in Norway and probably come too fast into the farm. I've been racing in Norway since 2003 and then United States, and then I got my chance to come over to Canada last year, so I raced 2 races for Bailey. This year I signed up with them, so I've been there for this year. This team is awesome. Since I am a motorcycle mechanic at home in Norway, I try to help out here between the races. I went home for one race, the Norwegian Championship, and I won that, so I'm still Norwegian champion. It's my 3rd year in a row, so pretty happy with that. The 2015 season started really good. I didn't know how good I was going to do this season because it's my 1st year here. My goal was top 3. I'm in 3rd in points now, so in Pro Open class, so it's looking good so far. I haven't won anything yet. I haven't been on the top of the podium yet, so that's my goal for this end race of the season. I feel I'm ready to be there. I had some races this season that I have finished 2nd in the qualifiers, but did something wrong in the final, like choose wrong lines. That can happen, but I think I'm ready.
Today we're at Horseshoe Valley, and we've just wrapped up the day with a pro open win with Stall Egan, and my son won his Sport 500 class today. So we're pretty pumped about that. It was Stall's first win, and the team couldn't be more excited.
Everybody on the team, we all have that drive for each other, just wanting to make each other better.
Oh, the team is the best. Camaraderie is second to none. It's a lot of fun.
After the success in this year of us working together, really looking forward to coming together as a team next year and putting a strong effort forth and going for that championship.
Racing with my dad is definitely awesome. You know, it's even still fun. I'll go watch every single one of his races and be there just like he would with me. You know, waving him on, telling him all the big lead to get your ass going. So, you know, that's definitely one thing I like about me and my dad doing this.
Being a part of Bailey Motorsports, it's awesome. The mechanics, team, sponsors, everything is like, it's unreal for me. Yeah, it's awesome.
For the most part, we're able to podium and get up on that stage and announce to the crowd who stands behind us and let everybody know what they do for us and how much we appreciate them. Stall to win today on the last day of the series with his parents here and the entire team, and something that he's worked so hard for all year, kind of gets me choked up for sure. I know the feeling, and I'm sure he's pretty pumped, and we couldn't be more proud of him and the whole team and everything that we've had to do to get him onto that podium. He let it all hang out and made it happen.
I have definitely had my fair share of broken bones. I've broken both my tibias and I've broken my arm. It's just too much fun to stay away from, I guess.
Well, this year we brought on Stall Egan. He's from Norway. He's pretty fast, but in my heart, I know my rider, Ryan Hunt, 729, is the fastest.
What was that again, Glenn?
Yeah, he's fast. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just stumbled there. But.
I've had a severe concussion.
That'll be in the gag reel.
Lacerated my kidney.
We have equipment that...
I've broken my hand.
Yeah.
I've blown my knee out a couple times.
I couldn't even hear that. Something about snowmobiling.
I've dislocated my shoulder countless times.
The plan for 2016 is to get in better shape. I'm gonna redo it.
I can't smell it. Okay, come on.
Okay, throw it on the ground.
Come on, get them out. Eat it. Eat it now.
Eat it! It's not even bad. If you have it that close to your face.
How much if I eat it?
Come on!
No. I'll take a bite.
Eat it all.
No, I'll take a bite.
Eat it all. Stop! There. All of it. You gotta keep it down.
All of it.
You keep it down. You get this.
You gotta keep it down.
Shoe's got 100.
Get in there. Try it, buddy. Try it. Just try it.
It's not that bad.
Oh, God!
Got it.
You got it? Nice.
Good. Got it.
I did it. I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, I guess there was the blood clot issue with my kidney, but that wasn't much fun, but what can you do?